Hello everybody and welcome. They call me LDZ, aka Lord Diaz, and you are watching the level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine all the way up here at level 99. And I hope you are enjoying yourselves, because I certainly am not. Because once again, god darn it, Darkside Phil did it again. He couldn't have gone one day without saying something incredibly stupid about YouTube and his gifted memberships. So of course we need to be here to document it. So I'm not wasting any time because this guy, God, he just pisses me off so much. We're gonna jump right up on in, but before we do that, allow me to indulge myself a little bit. I'm trying to get this channel to partner. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you can. I read everything. I respond to everything. I'm trying to get this channel to partner. I tried to do it before the end of 2023. I tried to do it before Darkside Phil got his third channel to partner, and yet we didn't make that goal. Which is fine. Everything is fine. I will continue to just be toxic on the internet until I make it happen. So let's go ahead and jump right up on in. There is the guy. And here we go again. Let's go ahead and add some free use juice to this. And big ups to Snort Hogan for the clip. Let's go.
So I think I've covered everything at this point. So you guys know the deal. I'm someone who makes a living out of stream contributions, not off of sponsorships, partnerships, and the like.
Because nobody wants to be sponsored by this guy who is toxic, who lies, who generally has this cloud of toxicity around him everywhere he goes. All self-inflicted, by the way.
Any paid promotions, no product codes to enter in to get a discount and give me a kickback. It's all about me making content and you guys liking it so much that you support it.
You like it so much that you support it. I don't like it. The majority of people don't like it. You are propped up by the same 4 or 5 people, and that is being generous. If 1 or 2 of those whales disappears off the face of the earth, you would be screwed, my guy.
Please consider supporting the stream today. Ways that you can support: becoming a member, gifting memberships, super chats or super stickers, or tips. Currently, I'd like to hit $50 of tips on this stream. That's always my goal when I do any kind of a stream on YouTube, and sometimes we hit it and sometimes we don't. It's great when we do. It helps a lot.
It helps what? Your WWE Champions account?
Maybe like anywhere from 8 to 10 members today would help boost, the channel a bit. Okay. Speaking of that, I think it's time to now get to the subject at hand that everyone wants to know about. Right? Let's do it. Let's
do it. But first, let's go ahead and up the playback speed because I cannot stand this guy.
Let's talk about it, because finally I have my definitive answer of what's been going on this last week and a half with these member bombs. All right, so let's review what I'm talking about so you get the full story now in one section. I'm sure OP Boom will timestamp this video with AI, and this will be the start of the story of the member bomb nonsense that's been going on, because I finally got all the answers. Why do I have all the answers? Because people can't keep their mouths shut.
People can't keep their mouths shut. He addresses his audience, the dents and detractors alike, and says, this is my situation. And in painstaking detail, he will let us know that he was gifted 550 members to his channel. And the people that got the memberships, they got their benefits. They got access to the emotes. They don't have to do the slow chat, any of that stuff. However, he did not get his monetary bump because of it. Because I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's let the guy say the story in his own words.
Seriously, most of the time when these kind of things happen, if people just kept their mouths shut, no one would ever figure them out. But people can't help.
Wait! Stop! Stop! Wait! Hold up. Wait a minute. I was just thinking about something. I was just thinking about it. Now, if he kept his mouth shut, I've watched this video. I've watched this video when I went out doing some errands today, so I can collect my notes, collect my thoughts, so I can relay them to you guys. If he kept his mouth shut, then there would have been, then he would have saved himself a huge headache. And this huge headache is something that I'm going to pose a question to the class after we're done watching this video, or at least a little bit farther in. We've got a lot of video to go, so I'm going to
help it. They just gotta brag. They gotta go, stroke their penis on forums somewhere.
Gross, by the way. How come it's always about shit and e-penises to this guy?
Big assy code coming out of their crotch and stuff. They can't resist. And so because of that, all this stuff finally comes to light. And now the reason I'm telling this story is twofold.
This isn't the dub that you think it is, my guy. We're going to return to this. We're going to return to this later. So put a pin on that.
Well, number one, I do want you guys to know what's really going on. But number two, I feel like this is a cautionary tale for anyone right now who's making content on YouTube. It might actually affect other sites as well. But right now, I'm only aware of this being something going on YouTube. Okay? So allow me to explain.
Look at this guy, by the way. Ever since I started watching this guy a little bit sped up, he sways constantly, just it's crazy. It's crazy. I am getting vertigo looking at this guy swaying around.
Last week, on the 7th of January, I received 200 gifted memberships from someone named Nikita. This is someone who I'd never spoken with before, had no idea who they were. No one had any idea who they were. But it was 4 bombs of 50 memberships, totaling 200 that day. And everyone was stoked because they got divvied out. People actually received them, and they were using their emotes, and they had the tags and badges and everything, and everyone was super excited for this. Like, wow, this is neat.
Wow.
Obviously,
this
I was
is
happy.
neat.
I love it when my community gets rewarded like that. It's one thing if I get a contribution, because that directly helps me in the business. But when the community also makes out, that's really cool. And I knew with all these new playthroughs coming up that people were going to enjoy having access to the emotes and the badges and everything. You were going to have a great time with it, right? So it made me feel great. Oh, wow, feeling good community and, support and grow. The next day, January 8th, I receive another member bomb of 200 members from the same person. Now, I just want you to think about this. My memberships in the United States.
Does Phil have Bell's palsy? I see like the side of his lip drooping. If that's a medical condition, you should get that checked out. Like, as a human being to another human being, I'm not saying this to be malice. I'm not saying this to be mean. Get that checked out. Because at the end of the day, when we're razzing you about things that you say and do on your streams, that's just one thing. But like your health means something to some people. It means something to your wife. It means something to your cat. It's probably about it. Scopely would be out of business if it wasn't for you. So take care of yourself, man. Just take care of yourself.
Cost $3.99 each. So this person buying 400 members in 2 days essentially just spent, think about how much money they just spent.
Think about it. Think about the money aspect of it, because that's the only thing that matters. Just think about the money.
What I'm saying? That's a lot of money. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money that they just spent, right? And you got to wonder, is it really legit? Did they just spend over $1,000 to support this channel and the community?
Do you think that this is $1,000 worth of content? Do you think this is worth $1,000? Honest question here.
You always got to ask, because it's a difference between if it's someone you know, if it's someone who's a regular in the chat and they've been here for years and they're a long-standing fan and they say, I just want to help out everyone. Here we go. Then I would immediately trust it. But as you guys know, I've been through the ringer over the years. I've seen so many different ways of trolling, chargebacks, crimes committed against me in
crimes? If you are insinuating that there are crimes being done against you, where are the police reports? That's the question I want to know. Did you file police reports? Oh, wait, yes. You said that you did through their website? What?
To try to fuck with me and my business and my livelihood. And so whenever
That's right. Somebody stole his tire too. Allegedly. Somebody stole his grocery bags, apparently.
See something like this, right? I tend to be very skeptical. Now, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Again, very poor choice of words. Gift horse in the mouth.
Right? But at the same time, you gotta wonder. So
if you
basically,
know,
after
you
a
know.
couple of days, I started looking at my YouTube revenue, and no revenue seems to be recorded for those 400 gifted memberships.
Yes! Yes! Because we did a speed run directly to the point, because he loves all this peripheral stuff. He loves setting the stage, but he went straight to the point of the matter, which was, of course, the money.
Oh shit! To which I'm like, now I'm skeptical. I'm like, how could I have gotten 400 memberships but no real increase in income those 2 days? It doesn't seem to make sense, right? And some people were starting to say things like, oh, well, maybe what it was these people were from another country, like Nikita, whoever Nikita is. Maybe Nikita is from another country, and in their country, memberships cost something different. So maybe you did get paid, but you got paid less than what you would have thought. So instead of making, if it's a $4 membership, I would have made like $2.50 a membership, but maybe not. Maybe in their country, it's way cheaper. So maybe you made like $1 a membership instead. Can you confirm that? And I looked, no, I didn't even get that. Like, I didn't get $400 for 400 memberships. Like, no, there's like nothing there, right?
It's like nothing there. It's like nothing there. Everybody got memberships, but he got nothing. X the Gout.
So I'm like, definitely that can't be it either. So what could it be, right? So a couple days pass. It hits January 10th. Okay? And on January 10th, I get gifted another 100 memberships, this time from someone whose name is Duty. Now, at this point, I'm skeptical. I'm like, since those first 400 memberships didn't seem to count for anything, could these be real? So I go check this person's YouTube channel.
By the way, we are not watching an old video. We're watching a current day video. This is just him regurgitating the same story. He loves recycling content so much that he'll tell you the same story 1, 2, 3 times, the same story out the week. But of course, he's just priming the audience. He's letting everybody know. And everybody knows. Everybody knows, according to him. We follow him. His audience follows him. They know every little bit of backstory and lore that is attached to DSP and the DSP Vortex.
All right? And their YouTube channel has existed since 2021, so it's not a new, like, dummy account. But they definitely changed the name. The name was something different previous. I couldn't tell what it was, but you could tell.
I couldn't tell what it was, but it definitely was changed.
They just changed the name to say Duty. Now, here's the thing. As you know, one of my detractors' names is Duty. Or Duty.
Yeah. Shout out to Duty Streams. Big ups. Duty Streams also shouted me out on Twitter and helped me, helped signal boost this channel to get to partner. So big ups, Duty. Thank you so much.
Duty Streams or something.
Appreciate you.
What a big-brained fucking person can name themselves Duty. I mean, you're a real fucking genius, right? You can name yourself anything on the planet, and you name yourself after fecal matter. That's pretty impressively smart, isn't it?
This coming from the guy that consistently has fart and shit jokes at the ready. That's his go-to. That's his old reliable. The man himself said, "Eat the shit out of my ass," to one of his trolls or detractors or whatever, somebody that had slighted him. He's the one that's obsessed with shit.
Anyway, so I'm thinking this person is probably trying to spoof my detractor. Maybe even give him like a razz, right? So I'm looking at
a razz? You boomer. What? Razz him. Oh, golly gee. You sure razzed them. Captain America ass.
I'm like, you know, this one even more than Nikita is probably questionable, because now you can tell this is an account that just changed their name. They changed it purposefully to a detractor's name, right? But the thing was, the memberships went out and people got them and people had all the benefits.
And there you go. That should be the beginning and the end of it, but it's not, because it's not what he wants. And it goes back to him being a greedy son of a bitch, as if 3 channels worth of partnerships and ads and super chats and super stickers and all these tips ain't enough, in the Patreon behind the scenes and God knows whatever else he's got going on. He needs that money from the gifted memberships, from the member bombs.
It wasn't like these memberships went out, people were like, oh, I have, they're fake. I can't use the emotes. I can't use, no, they all worked. Okay? So within 3 days, well, 4 days, a 4-day span.
Wow, we got some wild swaying going on right here.
I got 500 gifted memberships on this channel, right? Okay, so as you know, the weekend happened and all of that. My day off happened last week and everything. And I come back to streams this week, and I basically told you guys at the beginning of the week, it's weird that it's not recording any income for those gifted memberships, and now there's 500 of them, and none of them are recorded as revenue. And I'm like, something definitely gives here, right? In the meantime, someone else came on these streams by the name of X Hooligan, and this person did a series of super chats as well as 50 gifted memberships. But this person started speaking in Spanish, and then we were using Google Translate to try to figure out what they were saying. Well, one of the things that they said, all right, was something like, oh, so I like your content, but I have to go poop. You mean like duty? You see what I mean? So basically,
he was just trying to get on your level. You find the things that you also line up with somebody. Like if you're having a conversation with someone. Now, Phil is a shut-in. He's a hermit. He stays inside 6 days out the week, and then on his day off, he goes out to run errands, right? So his level of social interaction with other people doesn't go anywhere farther beyond his chat, his wife, and maybe his cat, and whoever delivers him DoorDash every day. This guy is now trying to tell us the ins and outs of social interactions and stuff. Like, come on now. He's trying to point out the nuances of conversations between people. Like, he's taking wild leaps of logic going on here.
This guy is probably the same person. All right, but now they're pushing the envelope even further. Not only are they doing fake gifted memberships of some kind, but now they're actually trying to get attention on the streams as well by doing super chats and getting me to respond. You understand?
You're fake. You are fake. You are fake. The story is fake. Everything that you are saying is fake. You are weaving a tale. You are You are making shit up so you can get your dents to rally and spend the money that you feel like you so justifiably deserved.
And so at first, you know, I was responding positively to this stuff. But this person, after a couple days, kept doing these super chats in Spanish. And after a while, I started to see a pattern brewing, okay? And basically, after seeing that pattern, I kind of started to figure out what might have been going on. Because
what might have been going on? He always slips in that might or maybe. He always leaves that wiggle room. So if he's caught in a lie or if he's wrong. I didn't really say that. I said may or might, you know? Thanks to this guy, I know how to navigate conversations with people that are just like him. And I have no tolerance for that type of shit anymore. Before I used to let bygones be bygones, but I will call it out on the spot. I don't care if you are above me in any type of social structure or any type of business structure, excuse me. I will call that shit out. It's like, on the spot. Because if you don't, they think they're going to get away with it and they're going to keep on doing it.
There's something that happens here on YouTube that, to my knowledge, is an exploit. I don't know if it's actually like...
To my knowledge, and I don't know. But he's going to say as if this is the authority, the authority opinion as to what's going on with this.
Purposeful or legal, it seems to be an exploit.
Seems to be.
An exploit means that someone has found a loophole in a system that should not exist and was not part of the original design of the system. Yet,
like when he plays games and he brute forces it, so that's an exploit too. It's okay when he does it in video games, but when it comes to him and his money and these membership bombs, that's a completely different story. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Found a way to use it for personal gain or benefit. Okay? And you might say, exploit, well, what's the exploit? All right, so here's what I'm to understand, and people can correct me on this because I only know of this from people telling me and through my research basically last night.
Basically, he had everybody tell him what he wanted to. Everybody told him. It's crazy. This guy flip-flops over points of arguments all the time, from day to day. He will go on and say that what you find on the internet may not be true if it's something that's against him or slanders against him. However, when he's doing his internet research or when he has his flying monkeys telling him what the situation is, then he'll take it as gospel. Or for whatever reason, he will take whatever he wants to reinforce as the actual point as fact and then completely disregard everything else. It's just something that I've noticed over the past couple of years that I've watched this guy, ever since I was introduced to this guy from Ex Mortis. Huge shout out to Ex Mortis, by the way. I really do recommend you all check out Ex Mortis's channel out. An excellent DSP detractor.
Where I found out through someone contacting me and telling me, this always happens too. People contact me behind the scenes and they'll be like, Phil, just so you know, we found out.
Phil, just so you know, nobody likes you. We feel like you're parading your wife out in front of the camera and she doesn't want to be there, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's not the conversation we're having today.
Really's going on. For example, when I got kicked out of Twitch, the partner program 2.5 years ago, now it's almost 3 years ago. At first I know what happened and Twitch wouldn't respond, and then someone behind the scenes contacted me and sent me all the information and said, here's literally the anti-DSP campaign that was sent to Twitch to make you look awful. Obviously it's complete.
To make him look awful. You made yourself look awful. Really? You made yourself look awful. I love it. I love it. Because on the stream where he finally got this email, this correspondence letting him know why he was removed from the Twitch partner program, it was because of hateful slurs. And then he goes on to say in the same breath that he does not use hateful slurs while using hateful slurs. You lame-brained dog shit, expletive, whatever.
Completely false and out of context. It was like a compilation of my worst moments of like 15 years, right? And they sent it to Twitch and said, basically Twitch had to basically get you out of the partner program, because if they didn't and someone complained, then how would they pretend like they're woke?
Here we go again. Political side Phil coming out. Bro, if he's looking to make money, that right-wing grift is where you need to go. Go the side scrollers route, my guy. That's where the money's at. There's a lot of gullible people out there that would love to kick out their money to people that think they align with their political views. Fuck out of here.
Because of the stuff you've said over the years, right? So I'm like, wow. So basically I got punished for things I did like 10, 15 years ago because Twitch has gone fully woke and they don't want anyone who's ever said risque commentary on their site, despite the fact I've been partnered with them for ages and they never had an issue with it before, and I don't do it now. That's very interesting, okay? So anyway, that's just one example. So someone sent me information and said, we have seen that there's this person who's bragging stupidly on various forums about doing this to you.
And you're believing this? The misinformation is wild. Going back to the right-wing grift, I could sit here right now and build out an entire right-wing style community where I can go, hey man, if you guys just donate to me, I'm going to make it go to the people that you want to see in office so that they can, you know, stick it to the people that you don't like. And I'm not just firing off on the right wing either. You leftists too. I could build out another YouTube channel and go, hey man, these guys on the right, they crazy, aren't they? That's stupid. Go ahead and give me some money so I can give it to the people that will hurt those people. Both y'all sides suck. I'm not a fence sitter. I just think the whole process and the whole thing is embarrassing. Y'all are embarrassing.
All right, and what it is this exploit is that what they do is they use a VPN. If you don't know what that is, it means it's basically a way to make it look like you are in a certain region or country of the world, even though you're not.
Now, here we go. I love doing this. Let's take that pin out of what we were talking about before. This guy, he's saying that whoever did this to him was really stupid because they were putting themselves over and like getting up on their soapbox and saying, ha ha ha, look what I just did to Phil. Meanwhile, this guy is literally going to tell you step by step how to do the exact same thing so you too control Phil in the best way that you know how, and that is through his money. So please do go on. Tell us how we can fuck with your money. Let's go.
It's a way to get around if like an IP address is blocked in your country. You can use a VPN to still access the IP address. It protects your identity in a way. Okay?
Identity. The way that this guy enunciates all of his words, he really emphasizes the T. Identity. Identity. It's like he's trying to say the words, but he can't say it because half of his face is I'm not.
So basically, what people have found is that there's particular countries where if you go to YouTube under that country, okay, that location, YouTube's pricing is completely wrong. It's not that the price...
Wrong? Completely wrong. Wrong to who? To you because you're not getting the money. You don't know how world currencies work, you stupid ass.
...is cheaper. It's that it's...
Business degree. This guy's got a business degree and he's saying this shit.
...just fucking wrong. Okay? Now, I don't know specifically what countries it is. Apparently one of them is a Spanish-speaking country. Okay? So if you log... So for example, right now, if you're in the United States and you want to become a member of DSP Gaming, it's $3.99. That's the pricing that I'm able to control. And that's it. I don't control international pricing. YouTube does. So apparently people found a way to use a VPN to pretend like they live in another country. And when they do that, it changes all the pricing of everything on YouTube. Completely wrong. It's not...
Completely wrong? Completely wrong. Do you not think that YouTube, the giant billion-dollar corporation, didn't think about this? I think this is a feature, not a bug. Congratulations, Phil!
Congratulations!
You realize that there's more to this planet than the US of A. You got a big fan of yours up in the Great White North, Canada. I don't even think that's the right moniker, but I'm a run with it.
Don't worry about what the fuck he be doing. It's DJ Smokey.
Correct rate. Like some people say, oh, it's exchange rates. No, it's not. It's an exploit. YouTube.
No, it's not. It's an exploit. It's an exploit for who? It's because it's doing you dirty, which is why you're mad about it. That's why you're labeling it an exploit. You are framing this that they are doing this out of malice to you when it's just something that happens. It's just, do you want these people to pay more money in order to get access to your shitty emotes and to be able to request videos that you're going to skip over on DSP Reacts, or for some unknown reason that people will want to donate and apply for a membership for your DSP throwback channel? I mean, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Whose pricing is fucked up for certain countries, and it's not right.
It's not right for who? It's not right for him. Don't get it twisted. The only reason it's not right, and the only reason why it's a problem now, is because it's affecting him.
So basically what this person did is they used a VPN to log in as another country, and they went and bought hundreds of memberships for like pennies, right? So think about this. They bought 50 memberships, and if they did that in the United States, that would be like $4 times 50, that's $200. They were able to get it for like 50 cents.
That's quick maths.
Because it's fucked up. It's completely broken.
It's fucked up and it's broken. You see the way that he's framing how this YouTube system is working, as it's fucked up and it doesn't work and it's exploitative. He is obviously casting this in a bad light, because obviously because it's giving him the grief and giving him the problem. That's why it's fucked up.
So they bought 200, then they used another account, they bought 100, and now this EX Hooligan did it and did 50. 550 memberships purchased via a VPN exploit that should not exist and has incorrect pricing.
It should not exist and it has incorrect pricing. First off, okay, so let's just say the shoe is on the other foot, and let's just say that these people were able to buy these memberships, but you got more money because of it. Let's just say on the opposite end of the spectrum, instead of this being an exploit so people can buy memberships to your shitty channel for less money, let's just say that there was an exploit to where people were buying memberships, but it cost them more or cost them the same, but you got more money. Then it wouldn't be an exploit. You would love that shit, wouldn't you? Because it's about the money at the end of the day. You don't give a shit about the number of members that you have or the fact that your audience now has the benefits of being a member or being able to say, hey, I have 1,000 some members on the channel. No, it's not any of that. It's the money. It's the money at the end of the day.
And they bought 550 memberships for like $2. So you might be like, so why didn't I see the revenue? Well, I did. I made $2.
Oh shit!
He made $2. The boy made $2, and I'm here for it. I love it. I love it.
On all those memberships. So how would I even have known that's what it was? There's no way you could record that and it would make any sense. How would you know? Right? So to confirm this,
How would I know? Because every day without fail, the daily audit, guys, super chats were low, support was low. You literally tell us every day. You have it on the bottom of your screen. You give us a running tally every single minute of every single day when you're live on your stupid channel talking about the goddamn money.
there's been super chats that have been coming in from people and they look huge. For example, someone will do a super chat and it'll be red, and red means it's the highest tier of super chat. Okay? You're like, whoa, it's a red super chat. That means it's very valuable. But when you actually currency convert it from whatever this Spanish currency is that the super chat is, and you convert it to USD, it's like $1 or less.
I saw this on X the other day. I think it was Otter. Shout out to Otter, by the way. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Misinformation. None of us are immune to propaganda.
Nuke Radio. We make your eardrums bleed.
But apparently it was like a GIF. It was a GIF of everybody slapping their hand to their heads. And this is because this stupid idiot, he could have just kept his mouth shut and said, hey, I appreciate that everybody, there's actually a couple of different ways that we can go about doing this. And before I lose my train of thought on this, let me get this out. So he literally just said, hey guys, use a VPN, say that you're from Argentina, and then do the memberships or the super chats or whatever. He just gave us the Rosetta Stone on how to scam him. We're going to scam the scammer. He's saying it's an exploit, but it's a feature, not a bug. So this idiot, if he didn't run his mouth about every little single minute detail as to why he got screwed, he thinks that he is telling his audience, guys, I really don't. He's actually going to get to it, but I want to put this out there. I want to front load it. This guy is trying to spin this tale to make people feel bad for him that he didn't get what he thought he was going to get. And I feel like this is because he probably spent the money already. He saw all these memberships coming through. He saw these 3 member bombs drop, and then he went straight to the bathroom. He pulled out his phone. He started playing WWE Champions and spending, thinking that he was Gucci, man. Thinking that he was Gucci. Only to find out that, nah, fam, he ain't getting that loot. He ain't getting it. And now he's caught red-handed holding the bag because he wasn't getting that money.
So yeah, it's basically YouTube is fucked up. They have this glitch.
It's YouTube's problem. He did everything right. He did nothing wrong. We've seen this song and dance before.
Oh shit!
Or exploit a hole in the system where people are working around, where they live and buying things on YouTube insanely cheap. And apparently it's not just me.
Yeah, so here's the thing of it too. He will say on stream, by the way, whenever he's shopping for things, he will talk about how he's not looking to spend the maximum amount of money. And hey, I know I'm not in the minority. I'm looking for the best deal on things as well. Like I'm trying to find a good deal on a new controller, for an example. You know, I'm not trying to pay a full $70 to $90 for that. If I can find one for $35, you know I'm going to be jumping on that. I don't care what color it is. All the buttons work the same way, right? If I needed a new wireless mouse, I would look for the cheapest one. The only reason I got this one is because you don't need a little toggle in order for it to work. It just connects with radio antennas inside of this. But that's not the story we're talking about here. We're talking about the guy, you know, the thrifty shopper DSP, which now that I'm thinking about may actually not be the point, because this guy, he is very susceptible to the propaganda. If you tell him that, like, this, for an example, this brush right here has aerodynamics, and the handle has a weight inside of it, so when you pull back your hair, it doesn't pull anything out. And then of course this guy right here, his hair's running away from him like it owes him money.
Apparently this has been going on for months. Like, people have been going to YouTube streamers and dropping hundreds of gifted memberships on their channels, and the people are like, oh my god, this is amazing, this could be like life-changing money for me, you just gave me
It's not, because nobody online is hounding their audience or being such like a neurotic mess about money as much as you do. And I think somebody in your chat the other day said it perfectly. They said, and point blank, shot straight with them and said, nobody hounds their audience about money like you do. And this is a sign of a mental illness. Now, I'm not going to diagnose him. That's not for me to say. But I'm inclined to agree with that chatter.
$1,000, and then they make like 25 cents. And they're like, huh?
Huh?
I want you to think about how fucked up that is. Now, here's the thing.
What?
Me, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm not...
Wait. Stop right there. He just said it's not a big deal. Put a pin in that.
Oh shit!
Let's see how long it takes for him to go back on him saying that it's not a big deal.
Dependent on or expecting to get that kind of crazy income out of gifted memberships, right? But for someone, imagine someone like they're a small-time streamer and they're sitting here and they're live streaming, and someone comes on their stream and says, oh, I'm going to be like a, you know, what do they call that? Like a philanthropist. I'm just dropping on random YouTube streams today and I'm helping people, right? So here we go. I'm just going to gift you. And they give 500 memberships to their community. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is like life-changing money for me. And it doesn't count. They don't get it. They get a quarter, a nickel. Like, what the f?
Okay, so first it was $2. He only got $2 for his 550 things. Now it's only a quarter or a nickel. So, like, you see how he's always moving these goalposts? Like, he's talking to his audience who are mentally deficient. Like, we're going to call it like we see it. His audience is not very smart. You need to have a certain level of intelligence to see through this shit. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that are regulars in his stream are not that. I'm going to call it like I see it. However, I do not fault his audience for falling for this guy. And in fact, I would love to have any type of conversation with anyone that truly sees this guy as a fan. Kevin, I'm looking at you. Jade, I'm looking at you. I ain't looking at you, Derek. Fuck
Beware.
you. Fuck you, Derek, for real.
Will possess your soul.
Well, so now here's the deal, all right? Basically, you might say, well, how is this allowed? It's not.
It is allowed because they did it, and they're going to continue to do it. And thanks to you letting us know how to do it, dents and detractors alike. Guys, you don't have to pay full price in order to support Phil. You can get all of the benefits that he tells you comes with being a member to his channels, and you can get it at a very reduced price. I mean, in this economy, with inflation the way that it is, come on now. You got to penny pinch any way that you can.
It doesn't matter how much YouTube pretends like it is. It's not, because it's an export. The difference would be if this was correct. If this was a proper like currency conversion, then it would be correct. But it's not. It's not a proper currency conversion. It's an export. So in reality, when people do this, they're breaking the law. And YouTube, every time that they enable this,
they're breaking the law. According to who, Phil? Are you a lawyer? Are you an employee at YouTube? I would love to see the law that says you cannot use a VPN to spend money on things in other, like, I would just, please prove me wrong. I'm not an expert on it. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that it ain't illegal.
Also is kind of breaking their own terms of service, or not.
Kind of breaking. He loves that. He loves that. Another thing, whenever you're talking to somebody and they're kind of or maybeing you, when it comes to that, no. because they can just go back and that's their parachute. That's their little escape route. That's their way that they could figure out how to get out of whatever they just said as being the definitive opinion that they have.
Their own partnership contract. Okay, if this becomes a huge thing on YouTube and this starts happening en masse to tons of YouTubers, that's a lawsuit against YouTube.
Then get a lawyer up, and sue YouTube. But you won't do that. You said he ain't got the money. He ain't got the money. And plus, you're addicted to the bag.
And they're gonna have a hard time defending themselves. They are, because this is a problem. This is a giant hole.
Then leave. Then fucking leave. Go to Kick. Go back to Twitch. Then fucking leave. I ain't never heard this guy bitch about YouTube so much. This guy every day. It's always YouTube don't know what the fuck they're doing. YouTube don't know what's going on. YouTube sucks. They got a bunch of yes men. They got a bunch of office desk jocks. They don't know how YouTube works. They never watch YouTube. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You are casting everything in like this bad light. And then you wonder why you wonder why everybody comes at you with the heat. You are constantly letting people know how shitty they are. They don't know how to do their job and they don't have the right mindset about these things when you are the one that's the problem. It is you. You are casting these things upon other people. And then when other people give it to you, they're the assholes. Now fuck you. You're the asshole. You asshole.
People can just lie and buy things on the cheap, and that affects people's businesses, right? Imagine if you were running
a what? A restaurant? Please say it. Please say it. I know he says restaurant, but he always loves using this restaurant analogy. And let's hear the guy out. Let's go ahead.
And buy things on the cheap, and that affects people's businesses, right? Imagine if you were running a restaurant. And
I would love to see this guy run anything outside of a streaming channel on YouTube. I would love to see him put in a 12-hour day at a restaurant or a 12-hour day at retail, sitting behind a register, having to deal with people like him and their entitled asses talking about shit that they don't know about. Let's keep going.
And someone walked into your restaurant and says, well, I have a coupon that says that I get everything on the menu for a nickel. What the fuck is this? Hey,
yeah, what the fuck is this? This doesn't exist because the restaurant makes the coupons, not you. You say, oh, we don't honor that. We didn't make that. Easy. There you go. There's problem solved.
I honor the coupon, tough shit, right?
No,
it's bullshit. I'm not going to give you everything for free. What do you want?
Yeah, because it's not going to happen that way. You're just, here it is. I'm going to do like a study. I'm seriously thinking about looking into like the psychology. Is that the correct word? I'm not Steve of the bed, so I cannot speak on this. I really truly want to have I want to immerse myself in what people use in terms of bad faith arguments, because I feel like if I get wise to it, then I can point him out on these intricacies a lot easier and be able to call it out when I see it, at least from a better source of at least from a better stance. I'll be a little bit more informed.
Fucking mind. But, again, here's the problem with YouTube, like I already told you earlier.
Yes, tell us about how YouTube sucks, yet you will still get that paycheck from them. How much is that paycheck you get every month from them, from ad revenue, from all of the support you get across 3 channels? I know it's got to be a lot. It's enough for you to feed your fucking family the way that they are.
YouTube support, you might as well talk to the painting behind me, because I will get a better response from the painting than talking to YouTube support. And I have an example of this, okay? About 2 years ago, I found that there was a huge bug on YouTube. I found it myself.
I already saw this video, so I already know what the answer is. But what is this bug? What is this thing that you found, Phil? What is this thing that you found? Can you tell us what it was? How come you didn't tell us at the time? 2 years ago, you said, right? Because you love it. You will never pass up an opportunity to jerk yourself off on camera. Yes, that pun was intended. You love telling people how smart you are and how much better you are than people. You love telling people this. You love putting yourself up on that pedestal.
Because I was clicking around and doing stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is a humongous liability for YouTube.
If it's such a humongous liability for YouTube, what was it? What was it? I need people to hound this dude and ask him what that bug was. If this guy felt like he had come across something that was so dire to YouTube, the multi-million, possibly billion-dollar company that he just so happened to stumble across, then why didn't he sing this song from the mountaintops? How come he didn't go on Twitter and say, hey guys, this is a real thing that's going on right now, and this is such a big deal. It's not only going to affect me as a YouTube content creator, it's going to affect everybody. This is the first time we're hearing about this, and I would love to be proven wrong. So if he had said something about this kind of shit 2 years ago, and I may have missed it, please do let me know in the comment.
They don't fix this. This could break the site. So I contacted YouTube support, and I gave them step-by-step instructions on how it works. I screen captures, everything. YouTube argued with me for 2 weeks that I was wrong. 2 weeks. And I kept telling them no.
Because, my guy, you are wrong. You're wrong.
No, I'm not. Here's the evidence. I don't want to hear you give me a form letter. I don't want to hear this bullshit. This is a huge site exploit. You need to fix it.
Imagine this guy, this Karen side Phil, once again rears his ugly, gout-ridden face to tell YouTube, hey guys, you're doing it wrong. YouTube's like, nah, we're good, pimp, we're good. He's like, no, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. Typical DSP behavior.
So after 2 weeks of me hammering them and saying it's real, give it to someone to review, YouTube support closed my conversation, and I didn't hear from them again, and within 1 month, it was fixed.
What was fixed? Please do tell us what you fixed. Please do tell us. What was the problem? What was it? What was it?
They closed the problem. They repaired it behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
So it's not...
This expert on everything loves to be intentionally vague on things that obviously are not true, but will go into painstaking, excruciating detail as to what he wants you to believe. He is very convenient. It's very convenient when he has to be vague about things, and then very convenient when he has to be excruciating, terribly detailed in explaining other things. It just make sense.
Not that YouTube doesn't fix these issues, it's that they drag their feet when they do, and they fight you because they actually think they're so smart that there's
You think you're so smart. He's projecting again.
All I do is win, no matter what.
I hate collecting all these dubs because my arms hurt from carrying all these dubs. You see, the reason why I'm just going to spitball here. Maybe they already knew what was going on, or maybe you're just seeing things wrong, dude. Like, can you think of any, like, there's other variables that's going on out here. Like, it's not just you. It's not just your opinion. Open your mind to the possibility that there might be more going on than what you know.
no way that they could possibly have an issue like this on the site. Like, no way, man. An exploit like that, there's no way that exists.
What's the exploit? What is the problem? I just think he's retrofitting some sort of other thing into this situation and then trying to make it into a reinforcement of his experience, which is going on here.
Harder than that. We're all Ivy League trained. We're all professional brainiacs over here at Google. I mean, we fucking eat pomegrapples and slide down slides and...
Pomegrapples? Bruh!
You're goddamn right.
What is a pomegranate?
Don't look the shadow people directly in the eyes.
Do you mean pomegranate? This guy is obviously not Ivy League educated.
Do Pilates during one of our fucking classes during our workday. There's no possible way that we could have a problem with the site. You're out of your mind. But then come to find out, every time people are right, and then they fix the problems behind the scenes, right?
So I guess good job. Does it matter how they got to the end of it? I mean, at the end of the day, the exploit or whatever you said was the problem was fixed. So what? You're just expecting YouTube to put you up on the pedestal and go, oh, bro, thank you so much. You are smarter than the Ivy League people. You are the ones that, you're the one that should be eating pomegranate apples and doing Pilates, whatever the fuck.
So this is definitely a problem right now. Now, here's the thing. Now I'm aware of it. And when I see people come in here and I see these super chats and things coming out, I'm just going to ban these people on site and not even respond. So if you notice, a super chat comes in and it's, a foreign currency and it's someone saying something stupid, I'm just going to ban and just move on with my day and ignore them. All right.
There we go. Xenophobic side Phil coming out.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, yes. So that means if you want to troll Phil, be sure to use the VPN in order to get a lower amount on whatever contribution you give to him. You shouldn't be giving him any money, by the way. That's just my outlook on it. There's many different other ways of creatively fucking with this guy without giving him money. However, I do chuckle a little bit when I see those super chats with something that is obviously going to give him give him a little, like, you know, piss him off a little bit.
Right? Now, I can't stop people from using a site exploit. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't make.
Yeah, because it's not an exploit. It is a feature, not a bug. Here we go again. Here we go again.
YouTube fix the fucking problem. All right. You would think that now that I've talked about this publicly, that it would become knowledge that people would want to fix. But
No, because you only have a couple hundred people that watch your shitty fucking content. You are not the definitive voice on what happens and the comings and goings of YouTube and the internet at large. You regurgitate what you find on Twitter or on your DSPN news bullshit segment. Fuck that and fuck you.
again, no one listens to Dark Side Phil. To me,
Yeah, no one listens to you because you're full of shit. Everything you fucking say is either a lie or whatever you spin and twist in order to make you look good or make your opinion stronger. That's why nobody listens to Dark Side Phil. We listen to you, but we make fun of you about it. We clown on you, we dunk on you.
I'm no one, right? I'm nobody. I'm some idiot. There's no possible way that I could know anything about this or know anything important. So obviously, you know.
King Be Cruel. Just look at this. King Be Cruel, what the fuck is wrong with you? He just told you. YouTube membership is wrong. Wrong. The only thing I've got out of this so far is to not gift memberships. Don't be a member to his channel. That's what I'm hearing.
You know, me saying this, I might as well be telling this story to this painting, because the rest of the internet treats me like a dumb meme rather than a human who knows shit. Because
You don't know shit, and you are a dumb meme.
around the block for 15 fucking years, I know what I'm talking about.
You're also delusional. You have delusions of grandeur. This is why you get clowned on. Because you think you're being smart and you think you're being intelligent, but you're not. And that's the funny part. Lolcows, I think the quintessential trait of a lolcow is somebody that denies the fact that they are a lolcow. They think that they provide a service to the world and that what they have to bring to the table is worth something. Take a look at Cyrax. Take a look at Christian. Jesus Christ. Take a look at Wings and Boogie. At least they're kind of self-aware. But like DSP is on that level with the Cyraxes and the Christians of the world, where they don't consider themselves local. You're the lolcow.
Might as well tell Mega Man about it. Maybe Mega Man will throw the Shadow Blade at YouTube and fix the problem, right? But you would definitely hope that someone would listen and try to fix this problem, okay? So if more fake stuff comes in, there's nothing I can do about it, all right? But I can wholeheartedly tell you, after investigating the situation, after having basically looked at forum posts and all the evidence,
Forum posts. I went to Reddit and Reddit told me.
I have 550 fake memberships on the channel right now. They're not real. No one paid for them, you know?
No, they paid for them. They just paid for them at a greatly reduced price.
It's good that you guys have the benefits from them. That's amazing. But the problem is, the whole point of this leaderboard down here is to show how I'm doing support-wise on a stream, correct?
No, not correct. Because sometimes you start going off on a tangent about how, you know, it's not about the money and it's about the community and it's about the interaction between you guys. Like, hard cut. Producers, do a hard cut to him saying that it's not about the money. I don't have a producer.
Okay? And when you see 1,147 memberships, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What?
My first thought is, who the fuck thinks that this channel deserves any memberships, let alone 1,000 of them? Legit, really.
Oh, that's a lot of members. Phil's doing really good for himself, right? That's not true. That's a misconception based on 550 memberships I'm not going to get paid for.
It's always about the money. It's always about the money. He doesn't give a shit about his members. He doesn't give a shit about his community. He only cares about one thing, and that's motherfucking money.
I took it to my penthouse and I freaked it.
Look at this smug looking motherfucker.
Okay? So that's not right. Because now what will happen is people will come by and look at that and say, wow, Phil's doing well off for himself. He's got tons of support. He doesn't need help today. I'll come back in a couple weeks maybe when things are slower and I'll help him then.
Who says that? You are once again speaking for people that do not exist. Ain't nobody stopping by this stream and seeing all the numbers that he has up on his memberships and going, nobody thinks about money and memberships the same way that you do, guy. You are projecting your insecurities out to the rest of the internet.
And that's bullshit. I make my living on that. This is my main income down here. You understand? There's no behind the scenes agreements that I have with companies to pay
Patreon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
me to show their products. This is what I make my living on, and that can hurt me concretely. All right?
Good.
So,
Good.
enough is enough. Right now, I'm
done
fixing
with
the
it.
fucking members total to be appropriate to what I really have. I have 550 fake memberships.
They're not fake. They're not fake. Okay, and here we go. Let's pull that pin out. We got 2 pins on this.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So I was sitting in my car, driving home, getting ready to turn on the camera and adjust my levels and get everything set up in order to kind of pose this question to all of you guys. So imagine, let's just say Dark Side Phil, okay? Let's just say that what he just said was true, that somebody came through, used a VPN, or was actually in another country and then gifted all of these memberships to all of these people. By all rights and means, according to YouTube, according to the benefits that you get for the channel, you have that many subscriptions. He just didn't get paid the amount that he thought he was owed in order to do that. Now that's one fork. That's one direction we can go. If we go in the other direction, let's just say this guy is maybe being not very truthful.
What the fuck?
I know, believe that. Maybe he's not being truthful and he actually got the money that he was looking for, but this is all just a big ruse because he literally, a lot of truth, the truth eventually comes out. Duty Stream says this all the time. If you want to get the truth, if you want to expose a liar, just let them keep talking. And he is doing it right now. He's literally doing it right now because he says that he has 500 some fake members. Imagine, let me pose the question to the audience. What if he actually got the money for this, but he literally just said, if somebody stops by, if a potential whale stops by, or maybe even a dolphin stops by and goes, oh shit, he's got 1,000 some subs, he's going to do all right. I will forego supporting the channel because he seems to be doing well off. Well, then that means nobody's going to be supporting that channel, which means he'll be doing pretty good for the short term. And whenever he gets that YouTube check reflecting all of his new members, then the consistency of that support will drop off. There will be a sudden sharp decline. So it's either somebody actually went through a VPN or actually was from Argentina or from Spanish speaking country or whatever and bought all of these memberships and he didn't get the money, or he did get the money, yet he's afraid because he has reached such lofty heights that people are going to stop by and then not support because he seems to be doing well off. Either or could be the possible situation here, but then I pose a third hypothetical to the class. The third one I have is that, excuse me. The third one is that he is so greedy. The dude is so greedy that no amount will be good enough. And that once he sees at the end of the 30 days or whatever that these gifted memberships drop off and nobody renews them, then that just goes to show that his channel is being propped up by 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 individuals and not the thriving community that he thinks that it is. And that sudden drop off from 1,000 to maybe 500, 400 is going to be so apparent that there's just no way that he's going to be able to sugarcoat this or weave a story in order to, you know, sugarcoat what was going on with this. Like, imagine getting 550 gifted memberships and not one of them opted to renew because your content is so garbage. Bro, come on.
So if you subtract 600, or excuse me, 500, you're at 647. And if you subtract the other 50, right, you're at 597. In reality, I currently have 597 members.
So big ups to Dark Side Phil. Again, I always like to say, we're going to give him credit where it's due, just the same as if we were going to clown on him when he acts a fool. And this man, he's good with numbers. He's good with numbers. I'm not good with numbers. I'm a fucking pothead. I've also sustained many head injuries in my 19-year professional wrestling career.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, and that's real talk. That's real shit.
Eat some more pills, pillhead.
And, you know, maybe not too. But, like, that's not the point. The point is, this guy, he can do math. He does quick math. So we got to give him the credit where it's due. But obviously, that comes from a spot of his neurotic mind constantly counting the money.
That's the accurate number. And so what I would like to do today is get 610.
Accurate by who? And here we go again. Here it is. I think this is the second thing. This is the second possibility as to why he is now slashing 550 gifted memberships from his goal or whatever. This is why.
Okay? It's only fair that I properly adjust it.
Fair to who? You? My man Phil been done dirty, and now he's going to set things straight. Let's go. I love it. I love seeing this guy performing his mental gymnastics to try to make these things work.
So people actually know what I have.
Dude, actually, he always, actually, this is the truth. This is the truth. Listen to me, don't listen to them.
Because that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not bullshit. You're bullshit. You're bullshitting. You are casting everything against your opinion as bullshit. YouTube is the problem. This Argentine VPN shit is the problem. Not you. You're not the problem.
That's not fair to you or me.
Why? Actually, it's more than fair to his community because they got all the benefits of being a member of his channel without having to spend any the egregious amount of money that it would have cost.
People think that this community is doing so much better than it is because someone used a fucking exploit on YouTube that they need to fix on their end that I have no control over. All right? So there you go. Now, it is what it is. Now, listen, that's still a great...
There it is. It is what it is. That's the self-defeating... if you've watched any of these videos, you always know that I love calling this stuff out because that is a self-defeating saying. It is what it is. That means you just literally just put that wall up and you said, I'm not going to attempt to do anything else in order to fix this problem, this manufactured problem that you have created in your own head. If only this guy put in enough effort into making his streams better, making his production better, making his entire presentation better, then he would have been well the fuck on. He would have been so good, he wouldn't even have to worry about 200, 300, 550 gifted memberships. None of this would have been a problem. If he only applied that to making his production better, he wouldn't have to worry about this kind of stuff.
Amount of members. I'm not disappointed about that. And typically around this time of year, that's about the amount of members that I would actually have regardless. But the problem now is this month my income is way down because there's no ad revenue to go around on YouTube at all. Like literally no.
Ethan, that dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? How can you find any type of value in this, right?
Nothing. So for ad revenue that I had over the last few months in the fall, I don't have. If you would like to support the streams, by all means, please do. And by the way, now that we've confirmed what was really going on, gifted memberships do help this channel.
Wait a minute. We just spent the better part of, I don't know, a half hour, 20 minutes talking about how YouTube fucked up in this VPN shit is an exploit, but now memberships are back on the table? What? My head, my neck hurts from the whiplash.
We know that now. As long as they're legit and people aren't abusing the fucking system and using an illegal exploit. All right.
Illegal? Oh, lawyer side Phil coming right the fuck out again. Here's my call to action for everybody that watches this, channel. Usually I say, don't give Phil any money. Stop watching Phil. Stop paying Phil. No, go ahead, take that VPN. He gave you the blueprint. Get the VPN, say you're from Argentina, buy a shit ton of member bombs, send them his way. Then he's going to be like, I have just received a very generous 1,000 member bomb.
I would get credit.
How would he react to that?
So if you wanted to give memberships to the community, yes, thank you. That would help a lot.
But
all right, saying super chats, never had a problem with. Tips, never had a problem with. By all means, if you want to contribute via those means, please do. All right, but I am now going to leave this adjusted for the month. 550 members really don't exist. I'm not going to count them for the channel and make it look like I'm doing way better than I am because that's bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit that you are now once again moving the goalposts in order to fit the narrative that you want your dents to follow.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. So that's the deal. I know that sounds crazy, but
because it is crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy.
Does it sound as crazy as the fact that there was a Comcast employee that for years was actually messing with my internet from internal?
That's me. Hold up. I got the button right here, boy. I got the kill switch right here. So whenever you're playing ranked online, I just hit the little button right here and your internet goes out. Buddy.
Comcast? But that really happened. Does it sound—
Did it? Just because you said it happened? Man, here we go again. He's going to run off the list of all the different ways everybody else fucked with him, which may or may not be true.
What's crazy is the fact that not once but twice I had people catfishing my entire community, pretending to be a fan so they could get in as a moderator, only to then after the fact try to leak information about my mods and also mess with my chats. That really happened too. Does it sound as crazy as the fact that someone actually pretended to be an escort that I supposedly was paying to fly over from Europe repeatedly because I didn't have the ability to have a real relationship and I was blowing all my money on it? And then they were trying to catfish so that they could actually blackmail me later? Well, that really happened too. So
it's a nugget of truth, by the way. He was actually taking money from his dents because he was giving the impression that his parents were dying and that he needed to go see them. And so everybody was like, oh, so we should give you money in order to go see your parents before they die. And then he got really defensive about it. And then come to find out that everything he was telling his dents was actually a lie because he had to protect his family so he can go and see his parents so he can get married to his wife.
you see what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff actually really happened. So as crazy as this story sounds, it's not as crazy as the other shit that's already really happened. So believe it.
He's telling you to believe it. This guy is a fucking cult leader. This is the cult leader, by the way. This is a cult leader. This is cult leader behavior. And for everybody that thinks that this guy is genuine and legitimate, just take a step back. You don't have to listen to me. Don't listen to me. Take a look at this objectively and say, why does this guy want me to think this way? Why does he want me to believe him? When somebody says believe me, the first thing I do is not believe him, to be honest.
Okay, so I mean, these people are wild and insane with the way that they act, and it's just out of control. All right, it's absolutely out of control. All right, oh, by the way, while we have a couple moderators on the stream, FYI, moderators who are here, because I didn't have a chance to message everyone yet.
Message everyone where? On Discord? On the secret Discord? On the secret Discord that you said you don't have?
This Sunday night, I'm planning on doing my first ever stream over on DSP Throwback. If you're a moderator and you can make it, please let me know, because what I need to do is set that channel up for the stream, and I haven't yet. So I need to get people moderated over there, like upgraded to moderators. If you're interested in helping, please contact me. Like, shoot me an email, because what
It's all free labor, by the way. You ain't getting paid for it, by the way. The experience is the pay.
I need to do is get you over there set up as moderators. So like Ponage, I saw you. I'll probably talk to like Slayer later tonight. And I talked to some of my other moderators as well. I think actually Madara might help out. So I want to get all the moderators over there so that we can get it set up so we can have a good stream on Sunday night. Okay. So if you're interested, shoot me an email. I definitely could use some help. For as infrequently as I'm going to do streams on the Throwback channel, it's not a big deal, but I definitely need some help with that. So that way it's not just me trying to moderate when I'm doing stuff myself. Okay. So there you go. All right. So, King Be Cruel says, is it ironic your old Final Fantasy 13 channel is hijacked by someone who streams Spanish soccer on it? You know,
so the D in LDZ is Diaz. That's my name, right? I'm white passing, but my last name is Diaz. And now this guy is going to go off about how he has no problem with the Spanish-speaking community, and you love to see it coming from a middle-aged cis white male. Fuck off.
I'll be honest with you guys. I have absolutely nothing against Spanish-speaking people. I have no.
Yeah, except for his landscapers that are constantly outside of his window doing yard work while he's streaming.
Tons of Spanish-speaking people of various different ethnicities.
Ethnicities. Try that word again. I may have a speech impediment because I'm deaf in one ear, but this guy, he takes the strongest enunciations for these words and letters.
For the course of my life, who are very nice people. I don't think this is the case that has anything to do with that. I just think it's a bunch of bad.
By the way, who are these Spanish-speaking people that he's talking to? Like, this guy lies like the sky is blue, like water is wet. What are these people's names? Tell me these Spanish-speaking people's names. Obviously, they ain't people that you know in real life, and I highly doubt that it is anybody that is in your secret Discord.
Apples. Let's put it that way. It's a bunch of bad apples. And they try to spoil the bunch, but they're not going to spoil it for me. People
Or Palma apples, or whatever the fuck you said it was before.
in Spanish-speaking countries are nice people, in general. Okay?
But it wasn't people from Spanish-speaking countries. You said it was VPN people. So where was all this coming from? Where's this coming from? Sounds like a guilty conscience to me.
He's fucking puking.
But there's bad people everywhere, right? Exactly.
Yeah, there's one right here in front of me.
All right.
I got the drip going. I got the drip going.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was another action-packed episode of Darkside Phil running off at the mouth over some dumb shit. Every day this guy says something on the internet, I just feel compelled to check him. And I will continue to do so because I'm having so much fun and I love interacting with the community, guys. Please do let me know in the chat what you think about this video, what I could change, what I can continue to do. I really do mean it. It means a lot to me when I wake up every morning and I do look at the numbers like a hawk, the same way Phil looks like at his money numbers. It brings me joy. It warms my heart to see the numbers go up on the DSP stuff. And it means a lot when I interact with all of you guys on Twitter. So do follow me on Twitter, BM2KX. You can see the gimmick right there. I also have a YouTube channel. That's where you're watching this, obviously, youtube.com/BM2KX. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get this channel to partner. It's taking longer than I thought it would. I thought it would be easy. I mean, Phil was able to get 3 channels to partner. I just don't understand. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not going to tap out yet. So with all that being said, guys, thanks again. I have so much fun hanging out with you guys. Do let me know what you think in the comments section. And until next time, guys, take care, be safe, peace.